What's a good sign to know when you're overcuring your powder?
Discoloration definitely can be a big factor of overcuring powder, as well as performance of the material. That's huge. Performance of the material can really be degraded if you overcure it.
And what about undercuring?
The first thing that you'll know, and this is something that pops up in the group all the time, is, hey, why is my clear coat cracking? Or why is my powder coat cracking before it's even shipped out the door? That's a big telltale sign. And then the other one that's not as apparent is 6 months down the road or 2 months down the road, it just does not perform like it should. I have actually a lot of customers who've had bad experience with powder just because it wasn't properly applied. There is chemicals, which that's probably for a whole nother video, but there's chemicals you can use to actually make sure or ensure that the powder is fully cured. But I think just following a recipe that the supplier, the manufacturer of the powder has is step one.
Yeah, and I think it's important too, even if you're working with virgin steel or metal in general, you're doing yourself a disservice if you're jumping to the conclusion that I don't need to blast this, right? I see people who don't blast things and they get really poor quality, and I also see people who don't outgas, and they're wondering why they're having these issues. And it's like, why are you skipping these steps? Like there are processes that should be followed, and if you're skipping steps that are generally recommended by the powder manufacturers, you're going to have wacky results. So kind of read the friendly manual, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a huge thing is following your process. So making that substrate as clean and having it at the right profile for that powder to have its strongest chance to survive. If you're starting a business and you don't already have that in your head, like, hey, this has to be this way every time we process it, then you might as well just quit now, because you're not gonna have success. You're gonna have customers that down the road are complaining, and then it's bad. It's bad business. Got to follow the steps.